All right. So the first thing is this: is that understand when people play with your emotions, they're pretty much just making you impatient. They're ramping up your emotions. They're making you impatient. And one of the ways that people make you impatient, and the quickest way to make you impatient, is through words, promises, right? They make you promises, or even better, you have high expectations. You expect a lot from this relationship, and because of that, it makes you nervous around the person. It makes you more vulnerable to manipulations because you're just naturally more emotional. So what you have to learn is that when a man is playing with your emotions, you gotta learn to relax, because if you don't, your actions will have more aggression and less thinking. You pretty much have to learn to just calm down and not use too much of your aggressive energy. And don't listen to your friends that tell you to chase him, to ask him what he feels, none of that shit, because they pretty much want to tell you what you want to hear. You gotta understand, friends never tell you good advice when a man is playing games with you. I remember some of my friends told me back in in college, there was a girl and they told me to leave a letter on her locker. Creepy shit, man. It's like, why? Anyways, so yeah, man, you gotta learn to relax, because your actions will be marinated with more aggression and less thinking. The men in your life will lose respect for you because you're acting out of emotion. So that means if he's playing games with you and you feel like he doesn't like you, you start chasing after him. You start asking him if he likes you. You start saying, "Why don't you like me? Why do you like her?" You pretty much just throw all caution into the wind and say, "I'm gonna express myself," right? Because unfortunately, every time somebody makes you impatient or to make you emotional, the whole point of it is to make you make the first move. That's pretty much it. They're doing that to make you over pursue them, right? And in order to show that you have inner strength, you have to remain relaxed. You have to calm down. And that means learning how to lower expectations. That means lower what you expect out of these types of relationships. So save yourself the chase, time and strategy and energy by learning to relax, right? And I'm gonna tell you guys how to do it. And get the man to come to you. This will help you prepare and will increase the likelihood that your counter moves will land more swiftly, right? Because when you react out of emotion, when you react from a man's manipulation, you pretty much just show your cards. You become predictable. And people don't respect what they're able to predict. And the reason why back then humans respected nature more was because it was unpredictable. Life, the best quality of life, it's unpredictable aspect. That's why we get bored of games. We may love a video game, but when we're able to beat it all the time, it becomes predictable and we don't enjoy it, right? So what we want to be able to do, and patience is pretty much all about you getting him to expose his weaknesses by them making the first move, and that comes through your patience. Pretty much, your patience is the number one tool that you have that will give you more flexibility and more access to different strategies. But by being impatient, you lose your positional power essentially. And the reason why is because humans are impatient by nature. That is just our we're just impatient by nature. Um, it's human nature. We want the quick fix. We want the quick promises. We want the quick gains, the instant gratification. So to transcend that requires a different approach. So what you have to do is one, realize that whenever you feel impatient, just remember this: anytime you feel impatient out of reaction to a man, it's either one, manipulation, or two, your own traumas. Either way, what you have to understand is that this feeling of impatience that you feel is cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone, right? We get cortisol whenever we don't get what we want. Sometimes, not sometimes. Whenever your brain is releasing dopamine out of anticipation for a reward, and it doesn't get it, it releases cortisol. Whenever a guy breaks up with you, or whenever a guy cancels on you, it releases cortisol. And like I said in my previous videos, cortisol is something that goes away after a while. It just goes away. It's not ever present. It's not everlasting, right? So you have to learn to relax. And one of the things that you could do is whenever you feel that impatience, is to pretty much one, sit down, because you have to practice this, honestly. Sit down, get a pen and paper, and write down the physical sensation of your experience. Literally just write down the physical sensation of your experience. So if you feel impatient and you want to text back that dude, but it's not strategically smart, all you gotta do is just sit down for like 10 minutes and write down in a very slow and meditative way and say, how does it feel to feel impatient, physically speaking? If you were to actually write down the anatomy, the anatomical experience of being impatient, what would that feel like? Okay, my chest feels fucking tight. My top, this part of my head feels tight. My shoulders are tightened up. You write down, my legs are tight. My legs are constantly moving. I'm breathing shallow, and you write it down slowly. And what you notice is that after 10 minutes of doing that, without you even noticing, all of those things that you were noticing relaxed away. Like seriously, you'll notice, you'll write down the physical sensation of being stressed, of being impatient, and you'll notice that each physical sensation that you pay attention to, every time you pay attention to it, you actually relax it. And so if you relax all of the parts that were tense when you were impatient, are you impatient now? No, because the body is not showing the signs of impatience. It's actually relaxed, and then your brain will literally take upon your brain will sort of express what your body has done in a way, because you gotta understand certain emotions, like you could move your way into an emotion. If you know how it feels to be sad and depressed, you say to yourself, how does it feel to be sad? You hunch over, you talk slower, more like that, your eyes more like this, your mouth is open, right? And you talk slower. And if you do this hard enough, if you actually remember what it feels like to to be depressed, and your body language shows it, you're actually gonna feel depressed, right? But then if you're depressed and you actually remember what it feels like to be happy, to be excited, you breathe deeper, you're more relaxed, your movement is more swifter, your brain will actually start to feel that. So if you're feeling impatient with a guy, and you actually relax every part of your body that says impatience, and it's relaxed, the body's gonna say, I can't feel impatient because you're not signaling to me. The switch is not on. You get what I'm trying to say? And that's how you pretty much counter it. You counter it. And another way of countering it is that expect things not to work out from the start. So, because the reason why you tolerate manipulation is because you want it to work out. Lower your expectations with people in general, right? That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. Lower your expectations with people and expect these types of things to not work out, because for the most part, when it comes to relationships, they don't work out. And it's not to be negative, but it's just how most relationships are. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate. I wish I had a solution for everlasting love, but Father Alex does not.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys ever want to learn how to use your feminine energy to influence people, learn how to use your masculine energy to become more assertive, and also learn how to blend both energies to improve your dating life, your spiritual life, honestly, your relationship life, your family life, your career life, this is the course for you. If I had to make a course for my nieces, I have two nieces, one is 19 and one is 15. 16. Holy shit. Oh my God, he's a bad fucking uncle. He's a bad uncle. Get him. Shut up, Melissa. You should get this course, right? And this is the course that I will make for them. So, for example, watch the curriculum, right? In the first week, we're going to be showing you how to establish a strong masculine foundation without letting it hurt your feminine energy. This masculine foundation is a source of who you are, right? It's your bodyguard. Without this, whatever feminine energy you create will be destroyed by the outside, because your masculine is your shield. So we'll talk about goal setting. We'll talk about how to develop a serious attitude. We're gonna be talking about how to use more logic, how to use more goal-oriented behavior. It's more how to be a man. Now the next one is how to embrace the feminine energy, right? This one will teach you about how to minimize excessive masculine traits, developing self-awareness, healing abundant feminine energy, regulating your emotion, mastering voice qualities and facial expressions, surrendering control, and allowing pain to be felt. This is honestly, this will supercharge, like Kaioken, your masculine energy. After that, we have femininity in the workplace and how to be feminine in the workplace without letting people take advantage of you, and the nuances of how women on power should behave versus women who are subordinates in the workplace, and even the dress code. This is based on psychology, people. It's kind of insane. I'm actually excited about this one. The next week, we talk about navigating the labyrinth of male and female friendship. And this, a lot of women find confusing, so we talk about that. And how to identify envious friends, how to identify the good friends, how to keep male friends, and how to keep female friends. Week 5, we talk about how to release the burden of the past and stop and destroy mental projections. This is actually really powerful. And then week 6, we talk about how to increase your observational power so that you could read people better. And we have a bunch of bonuses. The course starts at $99, and you guys can pre-order the course today at $69 before it goes out. If you're watching this, most likely I'm in the meditation retreat, so I will be praying for all of you guys. And just click on the description down below of the video. Right there, you'll see it, and you could pre-order that course. It's gonna be out by the end of next month or the beginning of February of March. One of the two, people, because I have a 10-day retreat to do, and I want to finish the course after the retreat, because I think the ideas are gonna be so much better. All right, man. I'll see you guys later. Pre-order, man. I'm closing the channel.